3 minutes late. Sorry about that, folks. Scrambling here on a Monday. So, but we are live, and let me try to find the live stream here on the iPad. Refreshing here a couple times. Hopefully there she blows. Don't buy junk is the title. Okay, we don't have to restart. That is good news. That is good news. And we're on the topic of don't buy junk. And I figured today I would do an all Brooks Brothers day. This shirt is by Brooks Brothers. The tie is by Brooks Brothers. And the suit is by Brooks Brothers. All made in the United States of America. And this is some of the points that we're going to make in today's discussion is you have to be very careful with brands. Brooks Brothers is a perfect example. Their claim to fame was they made high-quality, off-the-rack suits. They were the first manufacturer to do that. And they were good quality. They were like the Toyota of suits, right? High quality. You could rely on them. They were affordable because previous to that, they were all custom made. These were the first high quality off the rack suits, Brooks Brothers, and their whole line was like that: quality, good solid items. You bought a belt from them; it was good solid quality. You bought a shirt, you bought a tie, good solid quality. Most of it made in the United States of America. Not so much now. You have to be very, very careful. Just like a lot of brands, they've sold out, and they're selling a lot of crap these days, a lot of junk. You got to be careful, folks. You got to be really careful. And we're going to talk about all of that in today's show. The lovely Brianna was in before showtime. She was in at 4:55 p.m. hanging out. And Kyle says, good topic. Stig says, good evening, Craig and everybody. And R. Wags is saying hi to a bunch of people. He was in early. Wow. He was in early. Durr was in the house early. A lot of folks were hanging out early. I feel bad now that I was late. Let's see. Wags, you have a point. Okay. Hello, Durr and Lady Brianna. And don't forget to like the video, folks. That's right. Fingers crossed for the chipmunk voice. I had my fingers crossed. Kyle's in the house, and he's saying hi to a bunch of people. Eduardo's in the house. Good to see him. Lance is in the house. And a lot of this is going to be directed at Lance as well. Measure 7 times and cut once when you're buying items. Adina's in the house. 5 o'clock Grand Seiko time. Stig's in the house. Let's get this puppy unwrapped. He was right there at 5 o'clock. Durr saying that. Triforce Rich was in the house at 5:01. Who's here to buy some junk? There you go. And Lance is in that. By the way, speaking of non-junk, if anybody wants to buy this stainless steel stunner, this is a stainless steel stunner. This timeless razor by stainless, this stainless steel razor by Timeless Razor, with the stainless base. I'll give you a deal on it. I'll give you a deal on this puppy if you want. I'm not going to use it. I prefer the titanium one. I prefer a lighter weight razor. Some people like the heavier razor. Let the razor do the work, they all say. I bought into that. I bought this one, and I bought the bronze one. They're both pretty heavy. And then I bought the aluminum one and found that I really liked it. And then I went ahead and got the titanium one, which is just stellar. I love it. And so this one and the bronze one, I think are going to be put on the market. Maybe I'll do a deal where somebody buys this one for full price. I give them the bronze one for free. Maybe that's a good deal. That wouldn't be bad. It's always good to have 2 razors. One for travel, one for whatever. I don't know why you need 2, but there's the thing. Triforce Rich says, how's the date? He says, hi, Triforce, how's the date? Yes, do give us a report. Do give us a report on the date. Good word out yesterday, but the GMT is back on wrist, okay? 2 minutes late so far. Durr was keeping track. Anyone noticed the date yet? Triforce Rich, I've been looking at a 2007 Aston Martin DB9. We'll have that in my garage in the next 5 years yet. The maintenance makes me cry, but oh well, we only live once. Or we only suffer once, whatever, however you look at it. Carlos is in the house, and he says, hello, Craig and all. Eduardo says, LOL, all family and friends have commented on it. Okay. There's in the house. Craig, you need to change the title of the stream to Don't Buy Tudor. Lance is in the house. Triforce Rich, you should get an Aston Martin V8 Vantage. It's a little more reliable than the DB9. Yeah, well, why doesn't he just get a Porsche 911 and be done with it? Call it a day? That's what I would do. Dina Scott's in the house. What your glasses are not Brooks Brothers. Yes, the glasses are not Brooks Brothers. That's right. Neither is the watch. Neither is the watch a Brooks Brothers watch. So there's that. But the suit, the tie, and the shirt are. Okay, that's the best I could do right this moment. Let's see here. Triforce Rich, good to hear. Everyone just assumes my rollies are fake because I'm young. Well, they've got no couth if they assume that. Lance is in the house. Let's see. And Kevin says, good morning to folks. And Lance, okay, all right. So let's get into it. Well, let's see. There's some more comments down here. We are live quality. Okay. Lance, hi, Blue. Craig, I bought 2 Brooks Brothers suits for $500 for both. Total junk. Yeah, that's right. You've got to be very, very careful. You've got to be very, very careful. At this day and age, I think you got to go vintage for Brooks Brothers suits to get quality. I think you really do. I think the new ones they're selling now are not the way to go. Carlos is in the house. Let's see. Cheetown's in the house. How much are you selling it for, Craig? Why don't you go on the website timelessrazor.com, timelessrazor.com, and price out the stainless steel one with the base. And then are you interested in just buying this, or do you want to buy this and I throw in the bronze one with the deal? So it would be 2 different deals. If you want to buy this alone, we'll have to talk about this alone. And if you want to buy the bronze one, we'll have to talk about that. So there's the deal. Craig, you need to get an 18 karat gold razor stunner. Gold, that might be cool. That might shave nice and smooth. But it'd be heavy, though. Let's see. My new Merkur 37C is 78 grams, so I don't know how it compares to the Timeless razors. They might have the weight on their websites of the different models. I'm not sure, but the titanium one is very nice. It's very nice. Durzen House, Lance, don't worry about a razor yet. You probably have a good 5 or 6 years before you start growing any facial hair. Uh-oh. Durzen the house. I would like to have an 18 karat gold, 18 karat white gold razor. Now you're trolling us, Carlos. Now you're trolling us. Cheetown. If you really want a sexy 2-door with a growling V8, skip the V8 Vantage and go for a Lexus LC500. Interesting. Kyle says, I love 911s. I don't drive anywhere, though. I may sell the cars I already own. Kyle Jett in the house. Dur's in the house. He says, Brooks Brothers has their own brand of watches, which are made by Seiko. All right. Hi, Craig. Is there an aftermarket deployment class you can recommend? That's a good question. I don't know. I know they make them, but I don't know any that are necessarily high quality or aren't or whatever. Maybe some folks can chime in the chat about some options on that. I know the Grand Seiko one is pretty good, the actual Grand Seiko one. And the stainless steel, I don't think it's that expensive. You can ask, David bought one from Steve, if David shows up. But I don't think he's going to be in today. I think he had some tutoring thing he was doing. But next time he's in the chat, you can ask David how much he paid for the deployment clasp he bought from Steve at Little Treasury. And Steve says he tries to stock those. He doesn't always have them, but he tries to stock them when he can. The 997 is the best version of the 911. Okay, 911 is a solid choice, but the Aston Martin has always been a dream. 911 is a great daily option, but let me be young and stupid before my brain fully develops. There you go, Triforce Rich. Lance, Craig, what do you think about Alfa Romeo? Talk about a bag of hurt. A buddy of mine had an Alfa Romeo, though, back in the day, and it was fun. It was a Spider, I guess. Had leather interior, and it was pretty cool. Let's see, Durzen House. I heard that Tudor is a lot like razor blades, aka disposable. B-Serve, Craig, if you had to buy an Omega, which would it be? Tudor should make a disposable razors. There are some Omegas out there that are relatively thin. Some of the Seamaster models that are still relatively thin. So I would probably go with one of those, a Seamaster that's relatively thin. I like the original Bond watch. I really do. I like the original Bond watch, and I think Durr has one. Maybe he can comment in the chat about that, and they're affordable. I think that would be cool. Let's see. Happy with my 2019 Toyota Camry, over 300 horsepower, great features, and reliable. There you go. The spirit of Don Quixote on Carlos's blood. Okay. Let's see. I like 997 as well, Lance. That would be the one I would buy. Carlos, the last robot I built was designed by the same designer from Pininfarina that designed Ferrari. And there you go. Thoughts on the new Jaguar F-Type? Maybe some folks can... I mean, Jags are fun, but again, I don't think they're the most reliable piece on the planet. Let's see. That's a nice Toyota. You would ever get the TRD edition. Okay. Lance, it's good taste. Okay. Best watch advice for Lance. Forget about them. Jaguar F-Type equals sexy money pit. There you go. You will spend much money. Okay. I sure do have an original Bond Seamaster. Just replaced the battery in it a few days ago. Works like a charm. There you go. And nice and trim on the wrist, right? Nice and comfy on the wrist. If you don't want to buy junk, why would you buy a Grand Seiko? Grand Seiko. Here, what you do, if you buy the 002 Stunner, then what happens as a result of that is you've got the finest dress watch ever made on wrist. The finest dress watch ever made on wrist if you buy the 002 Stunner. If you buy the 231 diver on the left there, that Grand Seiko 231 titanium diver, and that be the SBGA 231, then you've got the best diver watch ever made by a long margin. And then if you buy the Grand Seiko GMT with the 9F movement, the one on the right there, you've got the best travel watch ever made by a wide margin. Nothing can touch that 9F movement in that Grand Seiko. So you've got the best three watches you could possibly buy on the face of this earth if you go ahead and lock and load on those three treasures. Okay, because we're talking quality here today. All right, we got to get into the show here, folks, because Craig did not... Okay, all right. Bob, why do you believe Grand Seiko is junk? Well, because he's probably mentally ill. There's that. Dina Scott's in the house. The Omega Tresor is a good Omega bet for a dress watch. There you go. Bob, builder junk. Let's see. Like a great epic story is Craig and his white gold like windmills. Okay, Bob, what do you wear? Oh, jeez. Blue, 002 Stunner is the finest watch in the world, better than Patek. That's correct. Absolutely. Not even a close call there. Bob wears Casio calculator watch. Craig, do a channel giveaway with the 005. Grand Seiko makes 4K Seikos. There you go. I highly doubt Bob here has actually spent time with GS. Well, yeah, he's kind of a little trollish. He might get blocked from the channel here pretty soon. Triforce Riches in the house. And it's my daily driver. I need it to be comfortable and have some nice features. I have the red leather interior, which is comfortable, plus fully loaded. There you go. Lange is boring dirt. 002 is the best watch that ever will be. It could be. It could be the end of the story as far as watches go. It might be the final chapter. The final chapter. Okay, folks, let's get into this. Come on, you guys are goofing off enough in the chat here. We got to get into the meat of the show. Okay, so let me give you a couple of examples here. I'm going to go to eBay. Okay, I'm going to go to eBay because I had a subscriber. He bought a belt. He bought a belt on eBay, and he was asking me after the fact, if it was a good call, and it might be. We'll see when he gets the belt. But But here's just an example. Here's just one example of measure 7 times and cut once. Let's say you want to buy a high-end Alligator belt from eBay. Okay, let's say you want to do that. All right. We just happened to have this tab where I was on this Amish, this handcrafted wallet, trifold wallet here. We just happened to have that up. But let's do this. Let's do a search here. Let's say that you wear a size 36. No, let's say you wear a size 32. So I'm going to say 32 Alligator. Okay, so it says Alligator belt 32, right? Now, what I'm going to do with this search is I'm going to add on to this. I'm going to add on to this USA, because I'm going to try to find one that's made in the USA. Okay, now, if I was in the hunt for a size 32 Alligator belt USA, I would now save this search. Okay, I'm not in the hunt for one because I wear a size 36. Remember, you're 2 sizes up from your actual waist size. So if you have a 34-inch waist, you buy a 36-inch belt. If you have a 30-inch waist, you buy a 32-inch belt. So it works like that. Okay, so, but I'm not going to save this because I'm not really interested in this. We're just doing this as a demo. But let's say here, for example, let's look through these. Here is a black American Alligator belt, okay? And it looks like it might be good, but let's not click on it yet. Let's keep looking here. Now, here's the kind of scams you run into. Here's an Alligator embossed Italian calfskin. That's not even Alligator. It's just embossed. So it's a scam, right? So don't buy that. Don't buy any of the embossed crap, right? Now, and some of them are just ugly. Like this one here, it just looks kind of ugly. It's not, no, we'll just pass on that. So you have to also have a little bit of taste, right? Okay, so let's skip on a lot of these ugly ones. A lot of these are ugly. Ugly, ugly. This one here is not terrible, but look at the price. Okay, that's brand new probably, right? It's a sponsored listing. I think that company, that's brand new, okay? So we go through here and see some of these are really high, right? Okay, let's go back up to this one right here. This looks very interesting, okay? Let's go to this one, and let's just take a look here. All right, so we'll click on the pictures. Now, it almost looks like that buckle is a little bit too big for the belt. See that gap right there? So now it's got snaps, it looks like, so the buckle could easily be switched. But let's go ahead and look through these pictures. Okay, it says American Alligator 32. It's probably legit. It looks pretty good. The holes don't look all mucked up and stretched and all that sort of thing. And again, it does have snaps, so you could replace that buckle. The buckle might be okay, though. It might be just a little bit loose, and it might be fine. Matter of fact, in that picture's not terrible. Not that much slack there, right? Okay, so that might be a decent belt. So what I would do in this case is I would message this person, and I would ask them to look at the belt, to closely examine the belt, and make sure there's no seam in that Alligator, the side of the belt that's Alligator. Make sure that there's no seam. Okay, make sure it's one piece of Alligator the whole way, right? And I'd ask him to please look closely at it and see if he can see a seam, because you can see a seam if you look close, if it's there. If he comes back and says, no, there's no seam, it's all one piece, and so on and so forth, I might say, well, I'm really interested, but, would you take $90 plus shipping? He doesn't have an offer here, but I would still try to negotiate, right? Because you don't have to be in a hurry on something like this, right? But that's the thing you got to do with some of this kind of stuff, is you got to be careful, you got to take your time, you got to find the right piece, right? What you're trying to do is you're trying to buy, in this case, you're trying to buy a $500-$600 belt for $100, right? That's what you're trying to do here. Maybe even an $800 belt for $100, right? That type of thing. Or maybe even $75, right? So that's what you're trying to do here. All right, let me catch back up, and then we're going to talk about shirts in a moment here, okay? Because they're even easier to get than the belt. Let's see here. Talking about some cars. What do you think of time? Okay. Let's see, fine. Okay, okay. Good thing got out of BMW. BMWs are lease only. Just get a Gator belt from HD Straps and save yourself a lot of cash. That's the other possibility. Buy one new from HD Straps to your specifications, and you might be in good stead there. You might be in good stead. That is absolutely another option. But make sure that you have it made to look like the ones that I've got. I've got pictures on my, if you need to go back to the pictures on my Flickr and just send him one of those pictures and say, hey, make me a belt like this, right? There's no harm, no harm, no foul. You can copy off me. You can copy off my paper. I don't mind. When I was in school, people copied off my paper all the time. I didn't care. I said, hey, go for it, right? What the hell? I want everybody to succeed. Triforce is in the house. California cost more to maintain than it was worth, and after each service, the light would turn on again within a month. HD Straps hasn't been very responsive with me, Eduardo. Interesting. That's a shame. They responded to, oh, no, it wasn't Carlos. That's right. Carlos contacted another operation, not them. Well, that's a shame that they weren't responsive to you, Eduardo. That's a shame. He is busy. I know that. I will tell you in his defense that he is busy because he does good work and they're popular. Let's see. I really love the look and presence of 90s, early 2000s BMW 7 Series. Hard to find one under 100K miles. Yeah, and you talk about a bag of hurt if you get one of those that needs work. You better have a really good mechanic that you have a very good relationship with. Maybe even a sexual relationship with. There you go. You might have to be roomies with a BMW mechanic to try to work that whole thing out, because that could be a real mess. Let's see here. Might have to whack Bob Builder across his head with the wrench. Well, yeah, they'll take care of the wrench gang. Will take care of him. Let's see what else we got here. Might be fun car. Okay, Bob is probably building. Okay, I owned an E38 M Sport years and years ago. It was great. Okay, Kyle in the house. My first car was one of the ugliest that ever existed, a Seat 127 yellow car. By the way, it's the same car producer Michael had. It served me well. Okay, there you go. E38 7 Series was the most beautiful BMW ever made. Okay. I liked the V8 Roadster that they made after they made the Z3. Remember that other Bond movie where they came out with the V8 Roadster? I thought that was a cool BMW. So yeah, that would be cool. I really want an E60 M5. I think it's the most beautiful modern BMW. There you go. I'm a fan of the Classic 8 series. The new ones don't compare. Okay. HD Straps is always very responsive whenever I message him. Okay. Yeah, but you bought a lot of items. You're a VIP customer too. He probably gives you VIP treatment there. Lance, I wanted a black E60 M5 back in the day, but the E35 M5 was the last great M5. Let's see. Should I message him via Messenger? I've been using Instagram. Okay, I'd email him. I think I would email the guy probably. Lance, let's see. A Z8, yeah, the Z8, absolutely. It was a good car. My grandmother gifted it to me after using 10 years. Okay. Just trying to catch up here. The 1973 BMW 7 Series Coupe was gorgeous. There you go. Are you going to work for me? Take it to the service center, and I'll go in my Land Cruiser while it's being repaired. Yeah, the Land Cruiser will just last forever. You won't have any issues at all with that. Perfect inheritance for a young man. Okay, so here, let's do another search. I'm going to show you how to find a shirt now. Okay? All right. Let's say that you wear a size 15.5, just to figure it out here. 15.5, Brooks Brothers. shirt. Okay, Brooks Brothers Regent shirt. Brooks Brothers shirt, 15.5. Okay. Now, again, what I'm going to do here, okay, and this is very important because they saw a lot of junk now. I'm going to put USA after here. Because if they're made in USA, it means they're the higher quality ones from back in the day. Okay? All right, so here we go. Now, again, if I wore this size shirt, which I don't, I would click Save This Search, right? I wear usually a 16 size. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, Brooks Brothers Makers, Oxford Cotton, button-down shirt, 15.5 USA. All right, so let's, as an example, let's just look at this shirt. Let's just take a look at this shirt. Okay, and there's a make offer. All right, so let's look at this shirt. All right, I'm looking for any kind of signs of anywhere at all. If there's anywhere, obviously you would not lock and load on the shirt. I don't see anywhere there. Looks okay there. And again, there's verifying it's made in USA. Okay, and you're looking closely at the collar there. Notice there's no collar wear there. There's no, you know, from where, that's where they wear, around the collar there. It looks nice and solid. Looks very, very solid, right? And that's the last picture, okay? So, so what I would do is I would add that to my watch list, and I'd think about that shirt, right? Even if you paid this asking price plus the shipping, that's not terrible. You'd probably pay that much for a shirt at Walmart, for gosh sakes, for a piece of crap shirt. You'd probably pay $20, right? That's going to be around $20. There, a little more with tax probably, you know. But you can make an offer on this, right? You could offer him $11, and 11 plus shipping, right? You're going to be well under $20. So that's not a bad deal for a high-end Brooks Brothers shirt. Okay, so let's go. Let's take one more look here. Let's go back to the search. And typically what I would do is I would right mouse click on this and open it in a new tab so that I can keep my search here. Okay, but let's take another look here. And again, some of them they're going to be asking too much money, right? So you do not go in there. Let's see if we can find something that's interesting. Just kind of glancing through here. And I wouldn't buy anything with a spread collar. See this one here that the mouse is on, that's a spread collar. This one's a spread collar. I would get something with a conventional collar. This is a spread collar here. This is a conventional collar, okay? So I would get a conventional collar. All right, so let's keep looking. See if we can find something with a conventional collar. Here's another button-down shirt. Let's see. Both of these, let's look at this one just for fun. Let's look at this one for fun. Okay. And let's go on through here. Not a terrible looking shirt. Not a terrible looking shirt. Might be worth making an offer on something like that. Again, you get the idea. You get the idea. You go on a hunt and you're looking for, oh, what the hell? Decline that. I don't know who the hell that is. But anyway, you're going on a hunt. You're looking for something high-end and really good condition for a decent price. That's what you're on the hunt for. Now, one more thing, okay? We'll look at one more thing. Well, first of all, let me catch up on the comments, and then we'll look at one more thing, because we can do this. Let's see. Okay, I really tried to like Lexus, but I could not able to do it. We ended purchasing a Mercedes GLC for my wife. Well, as long as she's got it just in the warranty period, you're going to be fine. Get out of warranty, it could be an issue. Fellas in the house, Craig, you can get they're brand new ones for $45 each, and they aren't too bad and brand new. I'd rather do that than buy a 10-year-old worn one. No. You don't want to buy the crap shirts. No. The theme of this show is don't buy junk. Okay? Don't buy the junk shirts made in Hong Kong. Okay? Please, please, please. Back away from the keyboard. If you can get a much better shirt for $20, you can buy 2 shirts for $45, right? And they're better shirts to start with. Now, do not get one that is, quote, worn. Don't get one with any damage, any signs of wear. Don't do that. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you to buy it in mint condition. Okay? And then it's going to be fine. Take it to the cleaners, have it laundered, starched. You're good to go. Don't buy crap. Just back away from the keyboard. Don't buy the junk. That's the whole point of this show. You don't have to buy the junk. Oh boy, I'll give you another example here in a minute. Sometimes I have to work extra hard. I have to work extra hard to earn my money here. To earn the big bucks that I get paid to do this show, sometimes I have to work extra hard to get that money. Can AC3 still button up his collar? I have a 3rd generation Lexus ES300. Needs some cosmetic work, but it's never failed me. I drive smoothly, so I get 25 to 27 miles. There you go. Absolutely. Except high-end Lexus has a ton of performance, but those are big bucks. Okay. Durr says that was probably the Joe Biden campaign calling in to ask for a donation for his lobotomy. Lobotomy. Oh, by the way, a subscriber commented, said, hey, I like the show and I like this and I like that, but my gosh, this stuff on the virus thing, I mean, you should know better than that. Guess what? Today, I think it was today, the World Health Organization, right, came out. You can't make this stuff up. They came out and they announced that it's actually very difficult for asymptomatic cases of the virus to spread it to another person. Okay, they said, quote, it's very rare for somebody who is asymptomatic to spread it to another person. And now here, for all these months, we've been told we got to shut everything down, right? Because even people that are asymptomatic, that don't have symptoms, can spread it like crazy, right? This is what we've been told. This is the narrative we've been told, right? And now the WHO comes out and says, oops, sorry. All the new studies and the new data says it's, quote, very rare for asymptomatic people to spread it to somebody else. Talk about being scammed. Jeez, have we been hoodwinked. So there you go. And the beat goes on. I hate people that drive the speed limit or less. Yeah, especially in the left lane. But they get tickets for that now, don't they? Carlos says, Audi Q5. What a nice suit you have with that shirt, the cufflinks, and the watch. Look very sharp. MM says that in the house. Well, thank you very much for the compliment. That was very kind of you. You didn't have to take the time to do that, but you did. That's very, very nice. There's in the house Hong Kong Fooey shirts. Trump suit always looks super crisp. However, he has had COVID hair for 40 plus years. Cheetown, Lexus are generally made for long-term reliability, so they aren't as high compression as highly tuned and high performance as BMWs. BMWs will last the length of a 3-year lease. That's sad. Carlos, I cannot explain, but the feeling of it was much worse than Mercedes, BMW, or Audi. The dashboard, the controls seemed not really well designed or integrated to me. There you go. Well, you always keep the cars during the warranty period anyway, so it doesn't matter. You'll be fine. Yeah, the Mercedes is definitely the better choice for the uber wealthy, like Carlos, the uber wealthy. Let's see. Buserv says, Craig, the man wants something brand new. What brands still make quality shirts? Okay, we talked about Gitman Brothers on the channel here. Gitman Brothers in Pennsylvania. They make a very good shirt, and sometimes you can get them on their website for sale, on sale. You're probably going to pay $75 minimum, I would think, for a Gitman Brothers shirt. I have a couple of white French cuff Gitman Brothers shirts that I bought. I bought a couple years ago, and I did a video about it. And I think they were like $150 each. They weren't cheap. Let's pull those up here. Let's pull up Gitman Brothers. Give me a moment here. And I think they also own Gitman. I think they also own what's that other brand that I like? Kenneth Gordon. Kenneth Gordon. Those are very good made in USA shirts, and I think Kenneth Gordon still makes shirts in the USA, but I'm not sure about that. Okay, but I think they might. I know they're owned now by Gitman Brothers, Kenneth Gordon. So give me a second here. Okay, so there's one of the Gitman Brothers French cuff shirts that I bought a couple years ago. Well, that was actually November 23, 2018. So there you go. In November, it'll be 2 years. And yeah, if he wants brand new, go for it. Go for it. Absolutely. Gitman Brothers. But don't buy those $45 pieces of crap from, made in Hong Kong. Don't buy junk. Don't buy junk, folks. Life is too short to be buying junk. Okay, let's keep going here. Tri-4 switch. One flaw through the Toyota V6 engine is that its performance really kicks in at 60 plus. It leaves a lot to be desired. Okay. Lance, who wanted... okay. My folks gift of their 1980 Benz 240D to me in the early 90s cured me of any interest in German cars, and they take care of their cars. There you go. There's a saying, buy like a rich for that it lasts like a poor. Okay. We tried all UX. In fact, we each, okay. Lexus crossovers don't get great until you get an RX. Okay. Virus seems to mostly kill old and or unhealthy people. That's correct. The vast majority, that's correct. Exactly. Okay. After having a Mercedes and BMW, I ended up forced into a Toyota. It's unbelievable how those cars break down. There you go. I'd rather drive a station wagon than a crossover, Buserve. RX was too big, UX too low, NX really the worst design. Okay. Did you look at a Land Cruiser, a Toyota Land Cruiser, Carlos? Let's see. I personally love the effortless driving feel of European cars, but I wouldn't trade in Lexus reliability for European cars. I'd throw away cars every 3 to 5 years when the warranty expires. See, here's the thing. If you buy a Lexus LS sedan, like an LS 430 or an LS 460, like a 10-year-old Lexus LS sedan, okay? If you bought a 10-year-old Lexus LS sedan in mint condition, garage kept, little old lady car, one with like 50,000 miles on it, you can find them. You could drive that car forever. You'd never have to buy another car. That would be a permanent car, and they're fantastic. They're fantastic. They would poop all over any German car. Just buy an LS sedan. Buy the top of the line. Don't buy junk, folks. That's the theme of this channel. Don't buy junk. Buy a Lexus LS sedan. That's it. That's all you have to do. You're done. You're done. I bet Carlos didn't drive one of them. Lamont's in the house. What it is, Craig. Yep. Craig, you got to throw a GS label pin on that suit. Lapel pin. Okay. I'm trying to get some really cool, what do they call it, swag, some really cool stuff from, I hinted to Steve, I said, how about some GS cufflinks, how about some GS, really cool, stuff. Crickets. I hear crickets. nothing, right? Nothing from GS. GS doesn't even know I exist, you know. I'm like the redheaded stepchild over here in the corner. They put me over here in the corner, and that's it. They're done with me. Let's see, Craig, the best as actually, I don't think that's actually true. Maybe they do know I exist. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure either way. Let's see, the best way to do it is go HK East Asia and get 5 to 10 tailored for the better quality fabric and perfect. I'm not so sure. Sometimes the quality, the workmanship and all is not that great with some of those Hong Kong tailors. I've seen some really questionable work out of those folks and some questionable fabrics and so on. So that's not always the way to go. So I don't even know if they could match the quality of this Brooks Brothers suit I have on right now. I don't even know if they could match it. This fabric is fantastic, fantastic. Back in the day, they used some really good fabrics. Hard to get some of the fabrics today, too, by the way. Some of them are very difficult to get anymore. So there's that. Let's see. Actually, the price of Mercedes was quite good compared to Lexus. There you go. Let's see. Mercedes are quite comparable to Lexus, but the real cost competition starts after the warranty expires. There you go. My fiance's family has 5 Mercedes and 3 BMWs amongst them. Bag of hurt. My family used to have a garage of just Mercedes, and I know firsthand they are not reliable. Triforce Rich in the house. I did not consider them as there is only one dealer in Panama, and there are not a lot of units here. I was concerned about service. I hope you're not talking about the Toyota Land Cruiser, because you wouldn't need to service that. They're bulletproof reliable. I did like my dad's diesel ML though. Okay. Triforce Rich. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go on to another thing. We're going to go on to, I'm just going through these Range Rover comments and all this stuff. Craig, what do you think about having a German car to drive every couple of years and keeping a Lexus or Toyota in as a permanent long-term standby vehicle? I like always having a very reliable vehicle anymore. So no, any vehicle I buy would be extremely reliable. So I would kind of pass on all the unreliable stuff. The last thing I want to be is on the side of the road when I'm trying to go somewhere. And Kyle's in the house. Briefit Dance says luxury cars. Wow. Well, there you go. Maybe somebody wants to buy the lovely Brianna, a really cool luxury car. So the lovely Brianna can travel in the luxury that she deserves. The Triforce Rich is in the house. Range Rovers are fine as long as you lease it. The problems are after the lease period for the most part. There you go. Carlos, if you buy a Range Rover, though, you have signed your life away until you sell it on the next person. No, he better lease it. He better lease the Range Rover. Absolutely. Yeah. If the wife chose a Range Rover Vogue, then that car would spend 3 to 5 years worth of warranty in the shop. Here's the thing. I mean, if he lets her get that, then that way he can get a couple more watches, right? He can get some unreliable watches too to go along with the unreliable car, right? There you go. GS should have gifted you the gold stunner. There you go. Robert's in the house. That would be nice. Robert's in the house. They should know of you. I bought a GS because of you. Changing hearts and minds. LOL. There you go. I think I've heard from a lot of people that have bought GSs because of the channel, and they love them too. I'm getting good feedback. During the house, GS is treating Craig like a red-bezeled second-hand Tudor. Oh, jeez. Sent a photo of a stunning GS. We'll take a look at that. And Carlos is laughing out loud. And Kyle, I think Kyle might be Skyping into tomorrow's show. I think that's a possibility, too. Let's see, Rich. I've heard about people who took their Range Rovers home after signing the lease papers and within the first month experienced breakdowns. Wow. Craig, what do you think of Teslas? I wasn't impressed. I did a road test of the sedan when it first came out. I also tested the Roadster. There are videos on my channel of both of those road tests. Just search Tesla on my channel. And I'll tell you what, the back seat in particular in the sedan was not comfortable. Even the front seats were not that comfortable. The interior in general was like not anywhere near as nice as my Lexus LS sedan that I had. I mean, it just wasn't even close. My Lexus LS sedan was nice inside. And that was a 2002 model. And this Tesla wasn't anywhere near as nice as that inside. So I wasn't that impressed. It was fast. I mean, it was fun to drive. But I think that they're, I don't think they're all that as far as comfort inside and all that sort of thing. They also didn't seem to have that much padding in the seat. I mean, it's almost like they tried to make everything lightweight in there and to the detriment of comfort. So not so sure about all of that. Back in the 60s, pretty much all of the executives at U.S. Steel in Pittsburgh wore Brooks Brothers suits. There you go. Yeah, a lot of people wore Brooks Brothers suits because they were, like I say, they were affordable quality. Lance is in the house. Whatever you do, don't buy a VW with the 2.0T engine. They seem fine when you buy it, but fall apart after 75,000 miles. There you go. I think just buy a Toyota and be done with it. I don't think you have to play around with all these others. Just buy a Toyota and be done with it. What if they gave it to Steve to give to Craig, but he tricked him into paying for it? College views served. There you go. Well, hey, then that means Steve did all right on the deal. That's okay. I don't mind people doing all right. I don't mind my buddies doing all right on the deal. I got a good deal on the watch. I'm happy. Kyle says, ha ha ha, I hope not. Let's see. Why does she hate reliable Asian cars so much? Good question. You don't buy a woman a car unless you first bought a ring. Okay. There you go. Well, definitely buy her a ring, too. Absolutely buy her a ring. I never knew about GS until the show. Jaden in the house. Let's see. Okay. All right. Now let's do one more thing here, one more example, because we've only given 2 examples, folks. So let's do another example. Let's go back to another search. This time, let's do Bill's Khakis. Bills. Bill's Khakis. See that? Men's clothing. Bill's Khakis. Okay, I'm going to do this. All right. I don't have to put USA because these are pretty much all made in USA. Oh, but I better put the size. So I'm going to say size 32. Okay? I'm going to say size 32. And you could say, like, you could even narrow it down more. Like, you could, let's say you don't want to have to hem the pants. You can say 32 times 30. Okay? Let's say I wear size 32 by 30. Okay? So here I go. All right? So let's look here. And let's look at these cheap ones here. These are 32 by 30, Bill's Khakis. Let's take a look at these. Again, well, this is just an example here, folks. Don't anybody panic. I don't see any wear on them. It's a shame there's only 2 pictures, right? I mean, you'd have to message this person and ask them to really examine for any wear, any signs of wear anywhere, like on the pockets where you put your hands in, any sign of wear anywhere, right? I would ask them. I'd really grill them. And if they didn't respond, I'd just say forget about it. But, to buy it now price of $1,420 plus $825 shipping, you're going to get a $7,500 pair of pants. They're probably $75 to $100 new. So let's go back here and let's look again. Here's a pair that are brand new, 32 by 30. Okay, so these are brand new. All right, so let's take a look at this. New with tags. All right, and let's confirm that these are made in the USA. Because again, some of these brands punk out. Reading, Pennsylvania. Yeah, made in USA. Okay. Oh, of imported fabric. Oh, that's okay. I don't mind them importing the fabric. That's okay. That doesn't bother me. As long as that, because they're not going to spend money on USA labor and all and have lousy fabric. So, I mean, now this is going to be an auction, so we're not sure how much this is going to sell for, but you could obviously bid on that and see if you can get a deal, right? Okay, so there's some Bill's khakis, right? These are what I primarily wear, by the way, is Bill's khakis. Now, I'll show you the ones I usually wear. This looks very close. On-seam pocket, about that color, but this has the stripe there. It's not exactly what I wear. Those are new, I guess. Model 1. Yeah, this is what I wear usually. See, it says these are normally $165. Okay, new with tags, buy it now, price $74.99. Right? So you'd have to go and look on the website what they actually sell for on the website. But yeah, that sort of thing there. Those are high-end, high-quality khakis that are super comfortable, and yeah, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Let's see what else we can find here in that size. A lot of new ones. Trying to find something at a better deal. Bill's oh, those are jeans. Okay, yeah, they make jeans also, by the way. Not that many used ones. That's interesting, because usually there's some used ones at real good prices. And you could sometimes, see again, what you would want to do is you would want to save that search, right? And then you'll get an email if somebody lists something for sale, and then if it's a real deal, pounce on it, right? Pounce on it, right? That's how you do it, okay? So you ferret out, you hunt out the really good stuff, the really high quality stuff, right? And then you buy that. And you skip the junk. All right, does that make any sense to you guys? Am I making any sense? Am I ringing a bell? Am I ringing a bell for you guys? Because we've been going for almost an hour here, folks. We've been going for almost an hour. Am I ringing a bell here? Okay. The best part of seeing someone else drive a Maserati is you get to look at it and feel good knowing that you're not living with that unreliable junk heap. Let's see. Cheetown, California. My ideal garage is a Land Cruiser, Aston Martin, and one reliable daily sedan. Well, a Lexus LS sedan. Yeah, a Lexus LS sedan in that mix. We're all trapped in Craig's Closet, Cheetown. My dream garage is a vintage Benz, a Lexus LC500, and some sort of Toyota SUV. Well, not some sort. Make it a Land Cruiser. Let's see. California Land Cruiser and call it a day. Greatest SUV ever made. Absolutely. Cheetown, California, says, yeah. Land Cruiser, my gosh, bulletproof. Let's see, my ideal garage, F-150, Kawasaki ZX-14R, Triumph Rocket 3, BMW R9 T-Racer. There you go. Try First Rich, does the fiance like that clown shoe infinity, a.k.a. the Mazda? Okay. I can go for hours too. Okay, Trashy Larry's in the house. My ideal garage, clean. Okay. My dream cars are a Mercedes CLS 63 AMG as a daily driver, a Porsche 911 Turbo as a weekend fun car, and a G-Wagon as an off-road car. There you go. Yeah, that would be a... Wow, you'd have a bunch of unreliable cars on your hand, unfortunately. you better at least switch out the G-Wagon with a Land Cruiser, so at least you have something reliable. Carlos is in the house, my ideal garage, mini, convertible, and a small, reliable SUV. You guys have a lack of imagination. How come nobody is saying a, let's pick out something really cool. How about a Packard Caribbean convertible? How about that? If you want something exotic, something luxurious, what about a Packard Caribbean convertible with torsion bar suspension? Let's pull one up here. Packard Caribbean convertible. Let's pull one up here. About a 55, let's say. Let's pull up a 1955 Caribbean convertible. Let's pull one of those up. Let's pull this one up right here. Let's see. Packard Caribbean convertible. Oh, it's sold. It's sold. How about something like that? How do we get a better image? View high-res image. Oh, there we go. How about that? Okay. How about you guys expand your horizons a little bit? Get something that's a little bit classy. And the nice thing about a Caribbean convertible is, see those seats? Those are actually reversible. Those leather seats, there's like snaps on the side, and you can actually reverse them. And then they have like real nice cloth on the other side. So like if you're going out to dinner and you want to have like the cloth seats for extra comfort or whatever, you can just kind of reverse those seats. And that thing rides like a dream because it's got the torsion bar suspension, and it rides really nice. And of course it's got a V8, and of course it's got push button transmission, and there you go. And if you really get lucky, you can find one of those with factory air conditioning. I believe they made some of those with factory air conditioning. So that's something to think about with the real wire wheels on there. Okay, so broaden your horizons a little bit. And if you want something, if Carlos wants to step up, Carlos is the uber rich, so maybe he needs a 600 Pullman, right? Let's look at that. Maybe he needs a Mercedes 600 Pullman. Whoops. Okay. Maybe he needs a 600 Pullman lawn delay. Okay. What do you think about that? Do you think that Carlos, let's pull one up here. Let's try to pull one up here. Maybe he needs a Mercedes 600 Pullman state lawn delay. Okay. How can we get a better picture of this? Can we get a better picture of this? There we go. Maybe he needs, maybe he needs something like that. What do you think about Carlos cruising around Panama and a Mercedes 600 Pullman state lawn delay? Okay. So that he can like wave to his subjects as he drives by with the Patek on. Actually, that would be a good one to be driving by and waving at the looters, right? You can put the top up just in case some errant embers, are flying around. You don't want them to fly inside the interior. You might have to put the top up while you're driving through the looting, but he can wave to the people in a Mercedes or Mercedes-Benz. That's got Carlos written all over it. So see, guys, you got to have a little bit more imagination if you want your unreliable cars in your garage to tool around in. You want something with a little bit of class, something with like hydraulic windows and stuff. Because if the looters reach in if you got the window down and the looter tries to reach in, it has those hydraulic windows, right? You could put the hydraulic window up and like cut their arm like right in half with that hydraulic window, just do it like that. So there you go. He says, Carlos says the Mercedes would be great if I become a dictator somewhere. Well, yeah, you're going to be in charge. Absolutely. John Lennon loved the 600. Let's see. I'd rather have giant 50s Cadillac. Okay, so if we're going to go with a Cadillac, let's do this. If we're going to go Cadillac, let's go all the way. Let's go with a V16. All right, let's see if we can find a V16 Cadillac. How about a 1931 or something? Let's go look at a Cadillac. Cadillac V16. And you need you actually need a Phaeton. You need a V16 Phaeton. Okay, let's see if we can find one here. Something with like a really nice custom body on it. Well, you guys want something sporty, so let's get something sporty. Let's get something sporty for you guys. You guys want something sporty. So, let's see what we got here. A Rolston convertible coupe. A Rolston convertible coupe. This is a 1930. A V16. A Cadillac 452 series. I think that's on like a 150-inch wheelbase or some sort of nonsense. I mean, that thing's insane. All right, let's see if we can find some better pictures of that. Let's copy this. Let's see if we can find a better picture of that, because that picture's not very big. Let me see if we can find a better picture. That's what Lance needs in his garage, because if he rolls out in that, now let's go to images here, and I'm going to sort by large. I'm going to try to find a large image of this because that one wasn't very big. Give me a second here. I'm on it for Lance. I'm on it for the Lancer. Well, here's a nice side view. I wonder if this is at Pebble Beach. Oh, here's a 3/4 view. Let's look at this. This is on Pinterest. Here we go. Here we go. I can definitely see Lance profiling in that. If you pull up in that, Lance, I don't think you'll have to answer any questions. I think you're going to be good to go. You pull up in that and you get out with a gold stunner and wearing a nice pair of Bill's khakis and maybe some Gucci loafers, no socks, and a nice polo shirt. You'd have to have a gold stunner on now. And you step out with that, I think that you'll be good. You'll be good to go. I think you'll be good to go with a V16 Cadillac 452 series. I think you'll be good to go there. So, no thanks, that Packard. No fuel injection and 4-wheel drum brakes. No. Hey, you're just cruising, man. You're cruising. You want fuel injection? Okay. Well, maybe we need to go. Let me think. It was an early fuel injected car. Oh, maybe you need a. Hey, let's go American. Maybe you need a fuel injected Corvette. About a 1961 or 2. Let's check it out. 1962 Corvette fuel injection. Fuel injection. I think they had them then. I think they had a fuel injected one, the Rochester fuel injection on those. Let's see if this one has fuel injection. Here's one on eBay. Let's see if it has fuel injection. Oh, is it already sold? Local pickup only, 90 grand. There's a fuel-injected Corvette. How come these people put shitty pictures in? Why would they put a shitty picture in? So, yeah, I think you could go American. I think you could have a fuel-injected Corvette, about a 1961 with mechanical fuel injection. I think you could rock and roll that. There you go. Let's broaden your horizons, folks. Hey, a Citroen with the air oil suspension. Absolutely. I would say a Citroen with air oil suspension. Let's check that out. Let's check out a Citroen. I think we need about a 1968, let's say. 1968 Citroen with the air oil suspension. Let's find one. How about a two-door? Something sporty. They ride like on a cloud. Let's see if we can find a halfway decent picture of that. Here we go. Now we're talking. I'll pull it up when I get the picture here. Sorry, no longer available. Oh, Christ's sake. All right, give me a second here. This is not working. Okay, give me a second. Citroen, where's a good one? All right, let's pull up this picture. Let's see if we can pull up this one. Here we go. See if this one pulls up. This is a 1968 Citroen DS. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking. Yeah. A Citroen with the air oil suspension is going to ride real nice. And that might even have fuel injection. I think that has fuel injection. Okay, I'm pretty sure they do. And there's the interior. Nice, thick, padded seats. All those French cars are very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. And this in particular, these things ride like $1 million. Let's see what the engine compartment looks like. There you go. Oh, that looks like it might be a carburetor on there. But I thought these were fuel injected. I'm not sure on that. Let's see here. So, yeah, something exotic, folks. All right, we're going to wrap this puppy up. We're getting into some real... How about an Austin Healey? Well, yeah, okay. Austin Healey 3000, something like that. Let's see. I thought you told Franco, I think, okay, De Gaulle, okay. Okay. All right, on August 20th, okay, survives, okay. Famous 600 owners, Saddam Hussein, Tito, okay. Elvis Presley, wow. John Lennon, let's see. And CraigShipp rolls right off the tongue. There you go. I didn't have a 600. I had a 6.3, a 300 SEL 6.3. That was awesome. But I never had a 600. Kyle's in the house. Lance pulling up, and it isn't answering questions from anyone. Lance, get a Vincent Black Shadow. You'll get all the tail you can handle. Whatever that is, get it, Lance. That car is nice, but it can't compare to the 1963 Mercedes 540K Roadster. 1936, I transpose those, yeah. 1936 540K Special Roadster. Yeah, those were special made for various important people. Maybe a grosser Mercedes. Okay, we'll look at one more. How about a grosser Mercedes? I really think that, now that I think about it, I think that Carlos needs something even more significant. He needs a grosser Mercedes. That's what he needs. Let's see here. Let's see what we can pull up here. Yeah, this is what he needs. This is what he needs. And sometimes they call the 600 a grosser Mercedes, but it is not. It is not really. It's more like this. This is what he needs. This is what he needs. Let me pull it up here. Give me a moment. Don't anybody panic. Don't anybody panic. These photos are not that great. Okay. Let's see. Can I get this bigger? Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is what Carlos needs. I think Carlos needs one of these. Carlos needs a 700 series grosser Mercedes is what he needs. I think he needs something more like that. All right. So let's see what else. And 1939. Oh, this is the W150. Yeah, type 770. See, 700 series. So that's what he needs. Okay, so let's go back here and see what else they've got here. Well, solved problem. Problem solved. The 600 just isn't enough for him. He needs a 700 series. A 770 series grosser Mercedes is what he needs. And then a 540K Roadster just for sporting around. Absolutely. And Lance is still saving up for a 3K date chest, and we're getting him into a V16 Cadillac 40s. No, it was a 1931. Come on, Triforce Rich. Keep it straight here. Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing had fuel injection. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's correct. The first true sports car. Lance, get a two-tone tag hooer and a Pontiac Fiero. Oh boy, 1950s German mechanical fuel-injected cars. Those are a lot of fun to service. There you go. Mercedes-Benz 600. So much for communism. Craig, just dropped 2 S-bombs. Oh, did I? Okay, I can see Lance and that Corvette. Craig explodes against eBay sellers. Okay. All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. A two-door or a Tudor. If I'm going to buy a mechanical fuel injection setup, I'll go for a 1958 Pontiac Bonneville. More room. There you go. That's a good point. A Pontiac Bonneville. How about 1960s Italian cars? Alfa Romeo, GTA, Lamborghini. Okay. All right. When I was a kid, the Citroen DS19 was my dream car. Let's see. Craig, you need a real car. Prius, get a fun car for the side. I've had some fun cars on the side, but right now I don't drive that much, especially with all my businesses, all my sponsors being locked down. So the last thing I need is another car right now. So I'm usually here at the compound, at the secure compound, and not going out a lot these days, unfortunately. We can't wrap up. Well, we're going to have to. Lance, get an old Harley with a suicide clutch. There you go. We haven't talked on the date 8. Derek in the house thinking about a date 8. I think you should go for it, Derek. I think you're obsessed. I think you should go for it. Let's see here. The show really just picked up steam. You're going with Bree to the Rolex soon, right? Ask Bree. Ask Bree. They've got her scared. She thinks this virus is a real thing. They got her scared to death. Jerry Clarkson owned a green grocer. Okay. Yes, I like that one. I need to make a flag with the emblem of my family. There you go. Make sure you have an Air Force to call up in case someone cuts you off in traffic. I bought an Ari helmet because that's what Richard Hammond wore when he got into that horrible accident. Okay, Carlos is M. Bison from Street Fight. A squad of mobile suits would escort me. Okay. I sent a photo of Stan. Oh, yeah. He sent a photo. We haven't looked at the photo. Let's go back and look at the photo, and then we're going to wrap this puppy up. We're going to wrap this puppy up, and I hope I got you guys. I hope I got you guys on the right track. First, we're going to look at Jaden's photo. Jaden sent a photo. Jaden sent a photo of the GS in the sun. Look at that gold GS at the top. Look at that. How stunning is that? Is Jaden's watch in the sun? In the sun. And here's Lance. Yeah, we've talked about this watch before. It's a stunning watch. It's no joke. It is stunning. But I definitely like the 002 better. I definitely think the 002 trumps it. The 002 trumps it. But you can't go wrong with that one either. I think that's a little thicker than the 002. And so that's kind of an issue for a dress watch. Let's see. The Dems love Big Brother. Okay, Tom, listen. What virus is Bree scared of? The one that everybody's talking about that I'm not supposed to mention on the channel because they might lock down my whole channel. Lance is in the house. Craig should sell his Prius and buy a Lexus CT208. See, here's the thing. I can very easily load my Segway in and out of the back of the Prius because the back is low. If I had like any kind of an SUV, it would be up higher. It'd be harder to get the thing in. It's very easy for me to load the Prius in and out. I mean the Segway in and out of the Prius. I can carry all my camera gear in there. It is just super practical for me. And so I'm there, and it is the way to go for me. Craig, do you think 30s and 40s Mercedes were comparable to Rolls-Royce of a similar age? Well, those big 700 series Mercedes were pretty amazing. Yeah, they were pretty amazing vehicles, made for, you know, special people, and very limited production. They were definitely comparable to Rolls-Royce, yes. And the big custom-bodied Packards and Duesenbergs and, you know, all those big high-dollar vehicles of the time were all pretty amazing. Yeah, so yeah, there were a lot of high-end, limited production cars back then that were all in that high echelon, if you will, of vehicles. Let's see. It's now a 1,300 horsepower modded Segway with 2 Bugattis in it engines. There you go. Craig uses it to go back in time and buy his made in USA goods. There you go. The Democrat virus. The CT is the Lexus version of the Prius. Okay. Not sure what that is. Okay. You didn't need to sell Prius when you get the Enzo. Keep both. Okay. Craig, does Steve still have his Rolls-Royce and Bentley? That's a good question, if he still has those. Tom's in the house. I tell you, he drove me to the airport, not the airport, to the train station in a really nice Audi. He's got a really nice Audi. So I know he has that firsthand experience. It's great you're doing a 2-hour show today. What the hell? What time is it? Okay, we're coming up on an hour and a half. Auburn and Pierce Arrow. Yeah, exactly. There were a lot of high-end brands back in the day, and a lot of really high-end coach companies that, put custom bodies on them. So there were a lot of Packards with custom bodies that were amazing back in the day. A lot of the 12-cylinder Packards that were pretty amazing. So, yeah. Let's see what else. Let's say they should make a Camry with optional all-wheel drive. I think there might be an all-wheel drive Camry. LOL, it won't be a problem if BTC hits 100K. Kyle in the house. What do you mean if? You mean when BTC hits 100K? It's just a matter of time. Dur's in the house. Steve does have a really nice ride. If I remember correctly, I think it was an Audi. Yes, it is. We rode it to an awesome steakhouse in Annapolis. And what Segway died the former owner of the... No, the guy that bought the company from Dean Kamen, he died. He drove a Segway off a cliff, I think. and he died. Some guy from the UK. He bought the company from Dean Kamen, and then he promptly drove a Segway off a cliff. That's not, they don't fly, unfortunately. He found that out. Triforce Rich, 2021 might have it. Biggest flaw is the front wheel drive. Horrible turn radius. Okay. Craig, did you like the V12 40s Lincolns? I was never a big fan of the Lincolns. I mean, the suicide door Lincolns, like the one Kennedy was shot in, I mean, those are kind of cool. They're very heavy. Very heavy. They ride nice. They're kind of low slung, all of them. I was never a huge Lincoln fan. I would probably rather have a Cadillac from that era. But yeah, the Lincolns are all right. Steve has an R8. Kyle in the house. Good call, Steve. Okay. Toyota makes the Prius with all-wheel drive off-road Prius time. There you go. Those Segways sure don't come with airbags that work if you ride off a cliff. Yeah, they don't. They need wings so they can fly is what they need. All right, we're going to wrap this puppy up. I hope you guys are going to stop buying junk. I hope you're going to back away from the keyboards and stop buying the junk. That guy that wants to buy the brand new $45 shirt made in Hong Kong, I hope he's going to back away from the keyboard. And please, please, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. And we will give the lovely Bree a shout out. Let me see if I can pull up that page with the lovely Bree Fit Dance. We'll give her a shout out on the way out here. Go to BreeFitDance.com as well and sign up as a Patreon. Sign up as a Patreon for her. And click subscribe and click the bell so that you'll get notifications. Click the bell so that you will get notifications. And we will see you. The guy that founded Victoria's Secret jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge. Well, that's not good. That wasn't smart. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. We're out of here.